Ocean animals. A little over 70% of our Earth is covered by oceans. There are 5 oceans: Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic. Within our oceans live thousands of plants and animals. Many of them haven't even been discovered yet. The deepest parts of the ocean have little or no plant life. That's because the energy from the sun cannot reach deep into the ocean, and plants need sunlight to survive. However, there is an abundance of plant life or seaweed wherever the sun can reach. Seaweed is the name for many different types of algae and plants that grow in the ocean. Seaweed is a type of algae that floats on the surface of the water. Another type of algae in our oceans is called phytoplankton. It is extremely tiny but very important. Living organisms depend on phytoplankton for food. This plant gives off more oxygen than any other plant on Earth. The largest ocean plant in the world is called kelp. Kelp grows very quickly and can reach up to 250 feet tall. It is usually brown, but some kelp can be very colorful. Seagrass is another type of plant. It grows in the shallow water of our oceans. It has roots and flowers. There are numerous plants in the ocean that are similar to algae and seaweed. Coral is another organism that lives in the ocean. Many people believe coral is a plant, but it is actually an animal. Coral has tentacles to capture small fish and zooplankton for food. Coral relies on the algae in the ocean to keep it alive. In return, the coral helps the algae to survive. The algae attached to the coral gives coral its beautiful colors. The ocean is the largest habitat for animals in the world. The animals of the ocean either live in the deep open sea or they live on both the land and in the water. Sea turtles and saltwater crocodiles, marine iguanas, and polar bears depend on the ocean for their food. There are also many seabirds that rely on the ocean for survival, including penguins, pelicans, tern, albatross, puffins, gulls, and others. Not all these animals, birds, and plants live in or near the same oceans. Some of the oceans are very cold with parts covered in ice, while others are warm. Let's take a closer look at each of the 5 oceans and see how they're different and similar. The Pacific Ocean is located between North and South America and Asia and Australia. It is the largest ocean in the world. If we combine all the land on Earth, the Pacific Ocean would still be bigger. It is also the deepest of all oceans. It is 36,000 feet deep. The islands of Hawaii, Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, and New Zealand are in the Pacific Ocean. In fact, there are thousands of islands in the Pacific Ocean. Something cool about the Pacific Ocean is that there is an area of hundreds of active volcanoes under its surface called the Ring of Fire. The plant life in the Pacific Ocean is kelp, algae, and other seaweeds as well as seagrass. Sea urchins, snails, abalone, and crab also live in the Pacific Ocean. Seaweed gives smaller animals in the ocean a place to live and hide from larger animals and predators. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean. It is the saltiest of all the oceans. This ocean is between North and South America on one side and Europe and Africa on the other. The Atlantic Ocean is divided up into North and South Atlantic by the equator that runs through the middle of it. The water that is near the equator is warmer. Cape Verde, Canary Islands, and the Bahamas are islands in the Atlantic Ocean. Greenland is also in the Atlantic Ocean. It is the largest island on Earth. Something unique about the Atlantic Ocean is that there is mostly an underground mountain range that runs right through it called the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Dolphins, sea turtles, clownfish, coral, crab, and salmon live in the Atlantic Ocean. Larger fish like the bull shark and the blue whale also inhabit this ocean. The blue whale lives in saltwater oceans like the Atlantic. It can grow to be 110 feet long. The main plant life in the Atlantic Ocean is algae, seagrass, seaweed, and phytoplankton. The Indian Ocean is the third largest ocean. Border the Indian Ocean are Africa, Australia, Iran, Pakistan, and India, as well as Antarctica. Some of the marine life found in the Indian Ocean are sharks, whales, dolphins, and various sea turtles. Pomfret fish are found in both the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Eels also have been found in this ocean. The Indian Ocean is the warmest ocean of the five, so not as much marine life is found there. Eelgrass and seagrass are common plants found in the shallow areas of this ocean. They are the food source for scallops, crabs, and many fish. Kelp, seaweed, and phytoplankton also live in these waters. In the Indian Ocean, there is a submerged continent formed by volcanic activity named the Kerguelen Plateau. A small portion of it has formed an island that only 130 people live on. The Southern Ocean is also known as the Antarctic Ocean. This ocean circles Antarctica and is the most southern of all oceans. It is the fourth largest ocean. Parts of it freeze in winter and then melt again in summer. Chile, Argentina, and Australia are some of the countries that border the Southern Ocean. This ocean is known for its stormy waters and can be quite dangerous. Because it is so open and windy, it creates enormous waves. Some over 32 feet high are very dangerous for ships passing through its freezing waters. Scientists have even discovered waves twice that tall. Fungi and algae are some of the plant life that exist in this ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest, shallowest, and coldest of all the oceans. It is on the opposite side of the world from the Southern Ocean. Canada, Asia, Greenland, Europe, and Alaska almost surround this ocean entirely. Whales, polar bears, walruses, and seals live in and near this ocean. The Arctic cod is a fish that lives in the Arctic Ocean in large numbers, as well as snailfishes, eelpouts, and sculpins. There are roughly 70 species of phytoplankton found in the Arctic Ocean, as well as Arctic seaweed and Arctic moss. As you can see, there are many types of plants and animals living in and near the world's oceans. It is a giant habitat where many of the living organisms rely on each other to stay alive. There are many types of fish living in the world's oceans. Here are just a few: tuna, stingrays, angelfish, clownfish, sardines, and cod. In addition to fish species, there are also mammals that live in the ocean, including dolphins, whales, seals, sea lions, sea otters, and manatee. Other animals include the octopus, lobster, crabs, jellyfish, squid, clams, and sea dollar. The oceans also provide food, recreation, and beauty for all of us on Earth. Life on Earth could not exist without our oceans. They are some of the most important natural resources we have. Thanks for following Clarendon Learning. Be sure to subscribe. For more free resources, check us out at clarendonlearning.org.